come through the first quarter of the season completely undefeated, obviously, from there. You've spoken several times about the importance of the right recruitment in the summer, but from this point on, is this when the quality and the depth of your recruitment that you've managed to make becomes important, when other teams perhaps don't have the same quality and depth as Dundee United?
Listen, I think there are other teams out there who have got good strength and depth as well. You know, I mean, Wraith Rovers are right on our coattails at the moment. Obviously haven't played a game less than us, but you know, we don't underestimate anyone, and I believe that we've done a good job in the summer in being able to bring in the quality of players that we have done. You know, we've signed a lot of tried and tested players in this division. You know, Grimshaw was Morton's best player last season. Docherty and Holt at Partick both had excellent seasons in the Championship. I think we've got a really good spine throughout the team. I think from goalkeeper right through to defence, midfield and into the forward line, I think we're very, very strong and solid. And you know, the whole thing about recruitment in any organisation is to try and get the balance right and to try and have a good blend of experience with some good youth and different types of players where, you know, tactically you can make changes if required, whether that's, you know, before a game or during a game. And I think that's the thing that probably pleases me most, is that we haven't relied on any individual. We've went moments in the last 9 games without key players. You know, Docherty's missed a few games in the league, Sybil's missed a couple, Louis Moult. You know, so we've had to rotate the squad, and it's very pleasing to me that those players who do come in place of those key players, you know, just keep the standards the way that they've been, and we don't ever look like a lesser team because of it.
How pleasing is it for yourself when you see the effects of, for instance, last week, when things just come together and it just all works for Dundee United?
Yeah, I mean, look, sometimes scorelines don't give a fair reflection of games. You know, the first 45 minutes there was very little between the two teams. You know, I thought we probably just shaded it, but at the same time, at 1-0 going into the second half, you know, the game is capable of going either way. If we get the next goal, then of course that kind of knocks the confidence a little bit more of Partick Thistle, if you like. But had they equalised, then that would have been a completely different mindset for the players to have to deal with. But you know, we've looked really solid and organised out of possession, and you know, we really do carry a very good threat going forward. We've got some good pace in the team, as I said. We've got some good experienced boys up there leading the line at the moment. Moult and Tony Watt are complementing each other at the moment, and yeah, we look like a decent team. But it's really important not to get carried away and not to listen to all the hype sometimes, and that's the message to the players. You know, be confident and be pleased with what you've done up to now, but don't allow standards to drop, because that's what's got us to where we are right now.
Friday night, under the floodlights at Tannadice, 100th anniversary, game being brought forward obviously a little there. How big an occasion is this for Dundee United tomorrow night?
Well, I love Friday night fixtures anyway. I always did as a player, and I do as a manager as well. You know, I think there's always a good atmosphere in the stadium. People leaving from work and maybe going, you know, pub and getting a couple of pints before the game. I always think it generates a really good positive atmosphere, and you know, I'm just really hoping that we get a good turnout of Dundee United supporters. You know, they've been excellent up to now. You know, on the road, been different class, and have travelled the length and breadth of the country in great numbers, and I think we've been averaging around about 7,000 at home, but we would like to get that closer to the 10,000 mark tomorrow night if possible. And we know the supporters are there. We just hope that we can, you know, give them a performance to be proud of, and if we keep winning games and keep doing what we're doing, then I'm pretty sure we'll get more and more fans coming to watch us.
And any concerns with any injuries at all at the moment?
No concerns, no. Declan Glass will be back in the squad, and other than that, I mean, Archie Meekison is still struggling with a slight knee issue at the moment, but we would like to think that Archie will be back within the group at some point next week.
Talking about the fans, home and away, I mean, the support last week at Firhill was phenomenal. Support at Tannadice, massive. How much of a bonus does that add to the players when they run out on the pitch and they see the displays and they see what's happening?
I think you see, like, obviously the numbers, Wraith Rovers, how much they took last week as well. Even with the travel restrictions, they were still out of numbers. I think it was over 1,000 there. Even up in Inverness, helped right there to final whistle, and it helps us get over the line. Sometimes you need that. Gives us players a massive boost as well, and you've got that support behind you. it's very, very good. It gives you an extra bit of confidence and stuff, so it's good.
So it certainly seems to show with, like for instance, the 5 goals last week, obviously, coming from different areas of the park as well. That must be very positive for the team, knowing that even though the strikers are having an off day, other players can come in and
yeah, the gaffer spoke about it as well. We've not just got one key player. We've got key players in big positions that even when we've had them missing, we've still managed to do well. But yeah, as you said, there's Holty scoring a hat-trick. Obviously you've got Scott McMahon and Scott Street and Sibbs. It wasn't any of the attacking players that scored. So it's massive for us, and you can see it in the training ground. We work tirelessly hard to get the sort of movements and stuff that we create the goals with.
And the game tomorrow night under floodlights at Tannadice, it always adds a kind of different ambience to the game when you're under floodlights at home here.
Well, the last Friday night game we won, so at night, so we just want to keep that up and keep going, keep the heads down, and hopefully we can get the one again.
And from your own personal point of view, how have you found the development available to you this season and the first team opportunities that are there?
I think since the gaffers come in, it's been there's been a lot of changes at the club. We've got our own individual training programmes in the gym. The work on the pitch is more like position specific. He talks about it quite a lot of tactical stuff. And I just need to try and listen to him as much as I can and listen to the players around me. We've got obviously Glenn, who's played at the high level with Rangers, who's a winner in my position as well, that I try and look at and learn things from. And obviously boys that aren't in my position, Holty, Gallagher, obviously Gallagher's played in the Scotland first team squad. Tony's obviously been around clubs, he knows, he's very experienced. Sibbs as well, just there's so many big names there. Doc as well, they're so good with me. It's just, you can see how much I need to name there. And obviously the young boys coming through, I've played with them my full life since I've been at Dundee United, so I know what they're capable of and they know what I'm capable of, so it's a good group we have, yeah.